All right, it has been a minute since we just did like a social media training deep dive into really what's working right now on social media, what we should be posting, how we should be posting. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah. Shannon, maybe either try to disconnect your audio and reconnect it or log off and jump back on. Sometimes I have to do that. But let me know if you can't hear me, if I start breaking up, let me know, like start waving your hands or something. um so I'm super excited, and we actually had a couple people come to us and be like, hey, like I really think we need this, my team needs this. So we're going to go through everything tonight. We are really just going to take like an hour, hopefully we like to talk, so hopefully we don't go way over, but we're going to jump right into social media. We're going to talk about stories and posting and TikTok and reels and all of the things, you guys, because really when I started, so for those of you who don't know, my name is Trista. I know it says Brittany Landrum on my screen. My name is Trista. I'm one of your Ambassador Diamond leaders. I started this business 5 years ago. And one thing that I really want to, as we go into 2021, any training that I'm on, you're going to hear us telling our stories and talking about why we're in this business. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the how that we forget to talk about the why. When back when we started 5 years ago, we talked about it all the time. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but when I joined this business, I wanted $500 a month. That was my big why that got me out of bed in the morning. I wanted that little bit to pay for groceries or put in savings. Just give us that little bit of like, whew, I can breathe. And very quickly that happened. I've been home full time now for 4 years. So for every single person that's on this Zoom, if you're new, I know you maybe don't know what you have your hands on yet, but you guys, this business can absolutely change your life. And we build on social media. So I told you kind of all that to say 5 years ago, when I started this business, we posted. Like that's all we did. That's all we had on social media was just posting. So we would post 5 to 6 times a day. We were just like spamming everybody all day long. And social media has changed over the past couple years. And I really feel like it is honestly easier now to build on social media than ever, because we have so many amazing different tools that we can use that allow your audience to get to know you in a very real, authentic, true way. So I know we're going to talk about attraction marketing, and that term used to literally, like, it just rubbed me wrong. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because I don't have a beautiful Instagram, and I don't have all of the things that you think like influencers need to have. But you guys, attraction marketing, all it is connecting with your audience in a true, authentic, real way, becoming the best version of you, putting out content that adds value to your network in a way that they want to stick around, and they want what you have because there's something different about you. So for those of you who just started, I know it's a little bit, especially if you've never been on social media before, it's a little bit hard to figure out, well, what the heck do I post, or who even am I? I'm going to talk really quickly, and we could do like an hour-long training on this in and of itself. So I'm going to run through it really, really fast. But you'll hear us talk about what your pillars are. And Britt will probably break this down a little bit more when she's talking about what you should be posting every single day. But your pillars are really just, who are you? What do you want to be known for? And really, we don't post anything that's really outside of our brand or our pillars. So for me, I'm a mom. I am faith-oriented, fitness, little bit of food, sometimes some food, and then who I'm becoming, the person I'm becoming, and I'm a wife. Those are really my pillars, and so that's what I stick to. But each one of those you can break down further. So as a mom, I'm a gymnastics mom, which means I do a lot of gym hair. So I'm constantly showing how I'm adding, or how I'm, doing Ellie's hair for meets, or how I'm just different braiding her hair. Really, your pillars are just where you can add value to your audience. If you really think about the people that you don't have a business in common with, or you're not really friends with in real life, but you follow them on Instagram, what got you to click the follow button? It probably wasn't that they were selling something, right? It was probably that they were sharing something that they're super passionate about, that they were giving you enough value in their content that you wanted to click the follow button. So when you are posting, really every single post that you put out there, you should be thinking, how is this going to make somebody feel? And what is the value that I'm offering in this? And as you go, it will get easier. You'll figure out who you are. You'll figure out what your quote unquote brand is. But the mindset shift has to happen where you truly think of your social media as a business now. That is your business page. That's your storefront. People are going to be very quickly able to scroll through and kind of see like, oh, is this somebody I want to follow? Is she going to give me enough value that I'm actually going to click the follow button? So we're going to talk a lot tonight, give you a lot of tips on how, what you should be kind of putting out, how you should be posting, what you should be saying in your post. So I hope you guys have a notebook ready. We will, like I said, we will try to keep this right at an hour, but no promises it won't go over. But Britt, let's come to you first. And Brittany's going to just talk about kind of what we should be posting on our regular Facebook page, Instagram page, and in stories. Hi, Tyler. And then we're going to jump into TikTok and Reels. And then we're also going to, at the end, we're going to hear from a new distributor who is killing it in the posting game and how she got posting and how she just felt comfortable jumping right in. So Britt, let's go to you.
Okay, so before I get started, Trista, is there any certain question that comes to your mind that you have specifically for this? Or do you want me covering all things? Is there anything that you could think of that you're like, I think we really need to touch base on this, or we really need to touch base on that?
So I think we really need to touch base on kind of, like, I know we still like 2 to 3 posts a day, what those should look like. And then really hitting like stories and how you make those interactive and how you make them attractive enough to get people to then click on your Facebook page.
Okay, perfect. So the first thing that I want to start out by saying is how I know I'm on the right track. And I just want you to trust me when I say I know what I'm doing. And we as a team, it would not make sense for us to give you tips that weren't going to build your business. We don't say things to sound good. We don't say things because we get paid to say them. We say them because we're using it and we're seeing the benefits of doing that, okay? Let me give you a God wink that I just had about 15, 20 minutes ago. I end up selling some coffee, signed a customer for the Skinny Brew for this girl's husband. The girl bought it, but she is a pretty well-known Instagram blogger that organizes businesses and closets, and she's just very, very well known. Well, she actually just messaged me and she said, hey, this is random, but I was looking up a couple different Instagram profile engagement rates today, and yours is absolutely insane. You're killing it. Well, I'm giggling thinking I didn't even know you could check other people's information. And I go, I didn't even know that was a thing. I said, I'm literally clueless when it comes to technology. Okay, so if you're sitting on here and you're thinking, but I don't even know what I'm doing, here's the best part. Every time something new comes out, I don't know what I'm doing. I just keep trying until I figure it out, okay? So then I thought the conversation was over. She sends me the link, and then she says, the average engagement rate for Instagram profiles is 3% up below, and yours is sitting at over 15%. So then I started thinking to myself, yes, I do have like right around 20,000 followers now. However, there are people with more followers with less engagement. And I'm telling you right now why I think I'm making an impact on Instagram. My pictures are not blogger pictures all the time. I'm not saying that sometimes I don't post good pictures. Yesterday, I posted a picture with no filter at all. Oftentimes, I'll make TikToks and Reels that I use over there with my hair on top of my head with no makeup. And I have multiple times gone in my story and even talked to people real. And I've said things like, for the longest time, I did not come build this platform because I didn't think I would fit in, because how I connect to people is telling them the good, but also letting them kind of know that like life's hard sometimes. The amount of feedback that I got in my stories, people saying we need more people like this over here, it made me realize that there is a territory that has not been tapped into yet. So I'm coming to you guys and to tell you the territory's not been tapped. Remember 2 years ago when Host to Post wasn't a thing? And then all of a sudden people started making it a thing, and some of us sat back and didn't take advantage of it right away. And then we wished we would have. That's why I got started in TikTok, because I was darn determined not to be left behind. I'm telling you right now, I'm seeing a shift in Instagram. Go be a part of that change before everyone. You want to be one of the first, not one of the last. Okay? So that is actually what I want to go into content of when I post. And those of you that hopped on yesterday's training that we had the pop-up, it's recorded. I think it's really, really good. It goes over all the 6 lists, and we cover this, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth. From me every single day, you're going to get 3 posts a day. Some about the product, some about the business, and some that have nothing to do with it works. Okay, here's why. When someone is thinking about friending you, raise your hand if your screen is on, that when someone sends you a friend request, the first thing you go do is you go look at their profile. They're doing the exact same thing to us. They want to know if we're only adding them to sell them something. So what I try my best is, for the most part, if someone comes and looks at my Instagram, by just looking, you do not know that I sell anything. Now, once you read the pictures, yes, you're going to know that. And I do keep my stories full, pretty salesy, but it's working for me. I'm using TikToks and Reels to build my following by doing non-it works content. Okay? And Kara's going to talk about that. And then I keep my stories full. However, every single day I post about the product. Every single day I post about the business, and every single day I post about something that has nothing to do with it works. Now, that's where your pillars come in. Okay? So a lot of people, I know, when this is new to you, you're like, I don't even know what to post about. That's why we have to make your list. You have to make your pillars, because once you make your 5 pillars and then you divide them into 3 tabs on each pillar, that gives you 15 post ideas. Well, if you multiply that times 2, you have a month's worth of content. So honestly, most of the time I have to reel myself back, because I have so much that I could say, because instead of separating business over here and life over here, I have just combined them together so that when I talk about things, they just seamlessly fit in. Okay? It's one of my biggest tips. Also, stories. It's the exact same thing with the stories. I try to make sure I have some product stuff in there. I try to make sure I have some non-it work stuff in there. And then I try to make sure that I have some business stuff. So, for instance, last night when we had family dinner, I snapped a picture. Did I make this post while I was at family dinner? No, I didn't. I snapped the picture while Mimi was getting plates ready. The guys weren't even getting plates. I didn't want to be on my phone, right? With family dinner. I snapped the picture. I put my phone down. When we got home, after my kids were in bed, so that it wasn't taking family time, I added this picture and just said, love having a Sunday night family dinner, okay? And then I went ahead and started talking about collagen. But I know this is going to sound super cheesy. When it comes to putting content, don't worry about being perfect. Let me give you a cheesy example. For those of you that follow me on social media, I made that collagen at 10 o'clock yesterday morning. This was almost midnight when I posted that. That was the same cup of collagen that I was drinking. So when I did the story, I even said, I had to add some more cold water to this. Yeah, this is the same one I made this morning. people started engaging on it and were sending me messages like, oh goodness, you are a hot mess like me, or oh my goodness, we are so much alike. So anytime you go to do something and you're thinking to yourself, oh, my hair and makeup's not done, roll with it. Or let's say you make a video and you go to put the frother in, it like blows everywhere and you're like, oh, I don't have time to remake it. Don't remake it. Post that. Okay? We are doing, what we're talking about tonight is attraction marketing. How many of you, now it's not going to be everyone, but how many of you join someone because they caught your attention? Not the product, not the business, but they caught your attention. 99.9% of the people that join this business and take off are in that situation. They are buying you. They're not buying your product, and they're not buying your business. They're buying how you then feel about the product. They're buying you make them feel about the business. And I've seen it time and time again. That's why my inbox is full of, okay, girl, what do? You always are like smiling. You're always on the go, because that's what I put out there. Now, does that mean that I don't put posts out there sometimes that I'm just like, woo, it's been a rough day, hot mess over here? Yeah, I have those posts too, because I want them to know I'm real. But I also want them to know that this kind of changed my perspective on life and living for the positive, not the negative, okay? We talked about this last night a little bit, and I want to touch base on this too. It's also why you won't see, and I'm not just talking about 2020, I'm talking about ever. If you scroll all the way to 2014, you won't see politics on my page, you won't see vaccines on my page, you won't see any of that. And I know this is really, really, really hard to hear, but reality is, we all can say that we wouldn't think about someone differently just because they think differently than us, but the world does. And so you may have someone that you're working with and they're like, this, and the second they realize like, oh, she doesn't think the way I think, they will cut they will cut the cord right then. So I just don't even put it out there, because really it's no one's business. I actually made this comment to one of my best friends. She sells makeup. And I brought it up and I said, you probably didn't know that I feel X, Y, and Z about vaccines, did you? And she was like, nope, had no idea. And I was like, and guess what? It's the opposite of how you feel. She was like, yep, it's the complete opposite. And I said, and we've been friends since Ty was 6 and he's 11 and we never talked about it. But the reason why I brought that up to her is because now I'm trying to help her build her business, and I'm just letting her know, you've got to kind of watch what direction you go in, because we are doing attraction marketing. Anything that you can think of while my brain's rolling?
Will you just kind of run us through like a normal day of what does posting in your stories look like, videos versus like just like pictures, boomerangs, just like a day of stories?
Just stories? Okay, so every day I know I'm going to put product, I'm going to put non-it works, and I'm going to put business every day. But what I like to do is I like to kind of switch it up. So for instance, there are some products that I use that are a little more weird to show, like just one of those things where I don't think very often to show my refresh, like my facial cleanser. But wouldn't you know, the other day I did a whole skincare thing, and that's where 3 of my customers came from. And I was like, Brittany, it's because you haven't talked about it. But let me give you an example. Because I'm big on the coffee and I'm big on the collagen, very rarely will you see me talk about coffee and collagen the same day. What I will do is one day I will use the coffee in the morning as my product. Okay, now here's what's fun. Maybe, let me just give you an example. Maybe it's a boomerang showing a coffee mug. And then I saved that story, and then I added some other wording, and then I picked some slides from Gold Digger. And if some of this stuff sounds confusing, then you need to go back and watch the video that we recorded yesterday. It goes over all of this, the 6 list. But I know that if people only see stuff like this on my page, they're going to think I'm just selling something. If they see something like this, they're going to think to themselves, oh, she uses it. Now, I purposely did not say, ooh, it tastes good, because I've never had it. It's not here yet. Okay? So I didn't lie. I just said it released. That's my other coffee. Okay? But by showing it in my environment, and then they see what we do, how much full of energy that I am, how I go about life, how we're always having fun, and all these things, people start realizing that it's the way that I take care of my health that allows me to feel the way I feel, okay? So then it usually goes into some non-it work stuff. Now, for us, Ty is doing e-learning, Zella's in preschool, we've been now decorating, or whatever it is that we are working on. I usually snap some pictures of those just to throw some content up there. For example, after I did some salesier stuff, I threw a picture of Zella up there today and just said, Happy Monday, make someone smile. Knowing that some people, seriously, check out my stories to see what Zella's wearing today. I've had people, not strangers, but I've had other moms say, you haven't posted very many pictures of her outfits lately. I'm like, yeah, because we don't buy 30, 40, 50 outfits. You want to see the same one over and over again? I'm like, we've gone through all of her new school wear. People are watching. But here's my thing. If you're sitting here and you're thinking, but I don't want them to know everything about my life, then don't. You have the control of what you let them know. But if you want them to get to know you, to trust you, to love you, to join you, you have to let them into your world. My favorite part is 98% of the time, every once in a while I'll get one that doesn't answer me back. Usually when someone joins me, they know what they're getting because they're getting the Brittany that they saw in the stories. And then that's who they work with. Okay? Then I would go into some business slides. Now, you can make fancy ones. You can just take one picture and put some block art on there and tell your story. Some of you are brand new and you're thinking, how in the world could I tell my story as a new person? Answer these 3 questions. What made you say yes? What have you accomplished so far? And what's the first goal you're working towards? If you really want to get in really heartfelt, take those 3 questions and make them 3 paragraphs. Get a little deep in it. I decided to join It Works because I was watching other people build their confidence, and here I was. I lacked a lot of confidence. I didn't think I could do it, but I just wanted to see for myself. Next paragraph. So far, I have been able to sign a couple customers through social media, people that I don't even know. That's super exciting. Just a few more customers and I'll be able to earn my first shopping spree. And then the last paragraph. My first goal that my family and I are working for is to be able to pay cash for Christmas. I'm not for sure what else will happen in this business, but I cannot wait to see because I'm really, really excited. Let me give you an example and then we'll switch it to someone else. When I first joined, how many of you joined this business and you didn't have one customer or one distributor on your team? Everyone? Me too, guys, me too. Me too. And I was never given a customer, and I was never given a distributor. I'm not saying if you've gotten one, it's bad. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is oftentimes people will say to themselves, I can't do what Brittany does because Brittany has a story I don't have. Once upon a time, Brittany didn't have that story. She had a why that she was so determined to make happen. And I'm telling you what, I posted it every day until people were annoyed about hearing about it. Literally, almost every other day I would say, I'm doing this so that when Ty gets sick, I can stay home. I'm doing this so that when Ty needs to take a sick day, I can take off. My mom doesn't have to. I would reiterate it every couple days. You want to know what happened when a couple months in, when he had a sick day and I was able to take off and I made that first post? Believe it or not, people that had not commented on anything were all over that post saying, I'm so proud of you. I know how much this meant to you. But they only knew it was important to me because I had let them know every day it was important to me. People will not think you're annoying if they know why you are doing this. And let me leave you with this. This is one of the weaknesses that I had. I would think that if I posted it today, that I didn't need to talk, and I actually need to be better about this, but I'm actually trying to train all the new distributors that I sign. It's not an excuse, but I've very much so gotten away from not doing my 3, and I've done my 3 posts a day for like 6 years. I would tell in my head, well, I just posted about that, so I don't need to post about it now. No, friends, if we're adding to our network every day, like we should be through Host a Post, well, the people that you added to your network today, they didn't see the post that you made 2 days ago. That's why it's so important to constantly put in people's faces why you said yes, what you've accomplished so far, and what's your next goal. And if you do that every week and every month, your story will change because you will accomplish more.
I love it. So, so good, Britt. Thank you. Okay. Kara, we're going to come to you next. Kara is going to talk about TikTok and Reels. Okay. So I know Britt said like she's never experienced what she has experienced on Instagram until now. And it is because of Reels, you guys. I mean, I watched her following go from 3,000 to 20,000 in what, a month, like 2 months, literally insane. I have been working Instagram for 5 years. Over the weekend is the first time that I have had like truly explosion. I gained like almost 500 followers on Instagram over the weekend. I have been putting out Reels consistently for several weeks, and it just started this weekend. So if you're in that little stage of like, I'm doing it, but nothing's happening, I'm doing it, but nothing's happening, do not stop because it will pay off. It absolutely will pay off. Kara's going to share a little bit of that. But Kara, I'll just let you, so I don't take anything that you want to say. Let's hear all of your tips.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. So TikTok's so I started being like very, very, very consistent with TikToks, probably like I kind of dabbled in it in September, and then I was posting TikToks like once a day, maybe once every couple of days, but then all of the top leaders and everybody was like, I'm getting all of my distributors and everything was coming from TikToks and Reels. I just kept hearing it over and over again, TikToks and Reels. So I was like, okay, that's what we're doing. We're doing TikToks and Reels. So come October, I was like, I'm going all in. At the beginning of October, I had 1,400 followers on TikTok. And as of today, I have almost 12,000. But I started posting like 3 TikToks a day. There have been times where I've maybe only done 2 TikToks a day, but whatever I'm posting on TikToks, I'm also putting it in my Reels as well. So I'm being consistent with both of them. What I love about it is that you can use your TikToks as your Reels. So you don't have to do 2, you don't have to make a TikTok and make a Reels. You can just do 1, but you can use it for both platforms. So that's super, super beneficial. But as far as TikTok, like, just don't take yourself like too seriously when it comes to TikTok. Like when you're doing your, just like have fun with it. Like TikTok is like super fun once you get in it and you get going with it. But to start like building that like following, you're gonna want to start, if you haven't started using TikTok, I would suggest doing it like tomorrow. But if you're just like, for me, like I'm a mom, so like I do a lot of mom ones, I do a lot of like, you know, women empowerment, and I started adding food, but like those are the ones that are going to be getting like the most views and all of that. And so then I'll throw in like a business, and then I'll throw in one like about coffee. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I turned your it's better. I turned your video off. It's better with your video off. You're still a little bit choppy, but you're coming through okay with your video off.
Can you guys still hear me? My screen is like blank.
Can you hear me?
While she's fixing that.
Okay, so I can keep going then, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I can. Okay, so I'm just going to keep talking. So just add. Okay, so I do like women empowerment. I don't really remember where I left off because I got distracted. But I honestly, like, if you're consistent with TikTok and you're posting them 2 to 3 times a day, eventually one of them is going to take off. Like, it's going to take off, and you're going to gain that following. So I had one of me and my daughter Nora, and it literally like blew up. And a lot of my like newer like followings came from that. And so I've had a few after that that have really blown up, but I just keep being consistent and I keep doing it. Like today, so that I'm not doing TikToks every day and I'm not scrolling, it gets very, you can get lost in the scroll of TikTok, okay? But like this morning, I woke up extra early and I got like my quiet time in, and then I knew at 7 I was gonna have to get my son ready for school. So I went ahead from like 6 to 7 and I got my hair and my makeup done, and I knew that I was gonna knock out all of my TikToks for the entire week. So I spent an hour and a half to 2 hours this morning, like just doing TikToks. But guess what? Like I don't have to spend any more time for the rest of the week because I have a stockpile in my drafts. So that is like this, I feel like that's just like the way to do it. So you're not constantly searching and you're not ending up scrolling for hours on TikTok. So I just get a day and I just do all of my TikToks in that day. And whenever I post it on my TikToks, I'll add it to my Reels as well. And I actually, like I said, I've been doing it very consistently for like the last month. And I today got my first person like reached out to me about the opportunity. And then I posted a Reel on Instagram and it got almost 2,000 views. So the consistency part is over and over and over again. Eventually it's going to, like right now, now's the time. I know you guys, so take advantage of it and just start getting it like even in your TikToks. Is there any like TikToks and Reels and any of I seen a question like, how do you save TikTok?
Now you're muted, Kara. And I can't get you unmuted. So I'll show you guys how to save them. So if you are scrolling on TikTok and you see a video that you want to do, this is what you will want to do so that you can come back when you have your hair done, or y'all, sometimes like you don't have to look like amazing when you do them. Sometimes you show up looking like a mess. And those are the ones that attract the most. But say you're scrolling on TikTok and you see a video that you want to do.
I cannot believe
I don't even know what this is. But if you click on the little share arrow, if you click on that, it will go down here. It gives you the options, add to favorites. And that will save the entire video. If you just want to save the sound, then you click on the little record. Same thing, add to favorites up here, and it'll add it to your favorites. So you have them so you don't have to like go scrolling. But you guys, when you are scrolling to find ideas, set a timer or you will lose so much track of time. Once you find a couple people who you're like, oh, we gel well, I can use a lot of their videos, you can go to their page and just like get ideas and knock them out like that. Once you have done them, like Kara said, she just saves them to her drafts. So those will go right here. When you're done creating a video, it'll give you the option to either post or put it in your drafts. So I have 160 drafts right now that when I'm in a pinch and I'm like, crap, I don't really have anything to post, or I haven't done anything, or I just want my post done for the entire week, I can go grab them. The thing about TikTok and about Reels is yes, I do business Reels, but 90% of them are not business related at all. You grow your network, and then once you get them on your Instagram, they're gonna be watching your story. So that is like, I will put out like 1-6 ratio on non-business, nothing to do with anything. Me and Elisha, my husband, do just a lot of random funny stuff. Britt does a lot of family stuff. Kara does a lot of female empowerment and cooking and health tips and those kind of things. Whatever your pillars are, the things that we were talking about that you just love, that you can have fun with, you can teach people something, you can teacher TikTok is huge, food TikTok is huge. You will find like your niche, and once you do that, you keep putting out consistent content, you will grow your following, and then they're going to see the business because it's so much easier to make them if they match your pillars. 110%. So my kids are all over my Facebook page and my Instagram. I talk a lot about Ellie's Gymnastics, so that's on my TikTok too. Me and Elisha just being goofballs together, that's on my TikTok. It's whatever you are, whatever your niche is, whatever your brand is, that's how you're going to grow your following. And then they're going to see the business because now they're following you, they're engaged with you, they trust you, they know who you are. So I absolutely love, and it's fun. It's so much fun. And it doesn't take a lot of thought. Usually it's pretty, honestly, the ones that you put a crap ton of work into are not the ones that take off. So it ain't worth it, friends. It's not worth it. The ones that take 30 seconds to do are usually the ones that blow up. And like Kara said, it only takes one video, and you don't know what that video is going to be, but your following can literally change overnight, completely overnight, because one video takes off. So I truly, truly recommend jumping in. If you've got fear about it, y'all, you need to get over it and do it, because it's truly where it's at. Okay, Shay, let's come to you, sweet girl. So this is her first Zoom she's ever shared on, so she's super nervous. So let's give her lots of love and lots of, head nods and interaction. I absolutely I remember the first time I talked at a meeting on a Zoom, I literally felt like I was going to puke the entire day. I was so nervous. And so I'm just really proud of her for stepping out of her comfort zone and sharing with us. And she is fire. So Shay, let's unmute you real quick. And if you will just real quickly, tell us your story. Why did you join? What has this business done for you? How long have you been in? That kind of thing.
I've been in for like 3 months. I get pretty emotional about it, but like, I might end up crying. But I started because I wanted more for me and for my family. Like all my life, I've felt like unworthy, and that's my own doing. So I joined this business not knowing what was going to happen, and I gained a sisterhood that I never thought possible. And it's turned into something amazing. And I'm growing confident. Learning to love myself. All the good things.
Oh my, you are, I was not expecting the Southern accent. Like, whoo, that Southern accent, girlfriend, let me just tell you, I have heard so many incredible things about you. I can absolutely tell you, hands down, without a doubt, you are in the right place at the right time, and you are worthy of everything you have your heart set on. And we cannot wait to help you get there, cheer you on, encourage you, love on you. I know everybody's crying already. I love it so much. But isn't it true? This business, we gain so much more than we ever could have dreamed or ever could have imagined. And it's not the money, you guys. It is not the money. It is who we become as humans and as people. Literally, you're amazing, Shay. Okay, so let's jump
Thank
into,
you.
give us your tips, because I'm assuming prior to this, you weren't really probably too familiar on what to do on social media or how to run a social media business. So how did you kind of figure out what to post? And then give us just your tips for like new people starting. How should they get started posting?
Well, first of all, I want to shout out Kristen Stegall, because if it wasn't for her, she has been such a great help for me with posting, with every single thing I've ever asked. She's been there, and she's amazing. But I've watched top leaders. I watch what y'all post. I stay consistent. Staying consistent is so important because in the beginning I was not consistent, and I was scared, and I was like telling Kristen, I was like, oh, I don't think I can do this. And she was like, you can do this. Like, you can do it. So I did it. And everything started blowing up. I got my 6 customers, and then I keep signing customers. So everything's good. My tip is to stay consistent.
So much consistency, you guys. There is no secret sauce in this business. And I think every single training you will ever be on where we're talking about how to grow your business, that is the number one tip. Consistency over everything else. We have a daily task tracker. We have a 6 list. We have a whatever you want to call it. Y'all just got to get it done every single day. And I love that you're in this business by yourself and for yourself. But sometimes that's the hard part, right? Because there's nobody hanging over your head saying, you got to do it. You got to do it. Walk us through like a normal day of posting for Shay. How do you figure out what to post every single day? What are you posting in your story? And what are you posting on your regular wall?
In the morning, like I wake up and I do my Skinny Brew post, and then I do on my stories, I do my hair, skin, and nail post. But when I'm talking about my Skinny Brew, I usually bring my son up into it, because before I make that post, I have to walk him down the bus. I have to get him ready for school. So I just talk about the morning, and then, sorry, I'm freezing out here. But I talk about the morning, and then I do my hair, skin, and nail post. I try to add some positivity in my stories too. Like, I try to add my daily life. And then during the day, sometime I'll make another post. I don't know about, not necessarily, I don't really know what I post about. I don't know how to tell you what to post about. I just make a post about my life. I tell my story, and at night, and then I do the business post at night.
I love it so much. Isn't that great? She's like, I don't know what to tell you because I just post about my life. You guys, that's what we do. We share our life. And sometimes that's a hot mess, and sometimes it's not, but people relate to real, and I can guarantee Shay's business is exploding because she's just real. She shows up as Shay. She's taken hair, skin, and nails, so that's what she's talking about. She takes Skinny Brew, but it's not like, here's my Skinny Brew. It's, this is my son, and this is my life, and this is why I love it so much. It truly is so much more than the product and the business. It is truly, truly just sharing your life. Shay, I'm obsessed with you. I cannot wait to get to know you better, to follow your journey, to learn more from you. I know this is not the last time that we will ever be hearing from you. You're incredible. Britt, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
I think the only thing that I would like to say for those of you that have not heard me say this before and how true it is, put a 1 in the chat if you, and if you haven't, don't say this, but put a 1 in the chat if you have gotten something out of this business, whether it is your confidence has grown, financially, friendship, like you've gotten something out of this. Okay. The best way that I can explain this is some people will never come in contact with me. So I can be super consistent, just like I have since I started. And I can do the TikToks, I can do the reels, I can make the posts, I can go live, I can do the stories, I can get my own before at 4:45, even though I don't want to. I can do all the things, but there are going to be people out there that their life will not change unless you get over yourself. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, I'm saying that in a positive way. Oftentimes, what is keeping you from point A to point B is something that you're scared to do. So what I had to do in the beginning of the business, when I first started to see success, Alyssa said this to me, and honestly, I think it was like, it stuck with me, and without even thinking about it, it's why I do what I do. Had she not sent that message to me, I would not be living this life. I would have never made more than $40,000 a year at Sadler, my orthodontic office, and I loved him and my coworkers so much, I would have never left. So I know exactly what my life would have looked like. So when I don't want to send the message, when I don't want to get up, when I don't want to make the post, when I don't want to do the stories, when I don't want to do X, Y, and Z, I remember that there is something, someone out there that needs something from this opportunity. And I see people dropping 1s in the chat that you've not even been in very long and you've already gotten something from this. And like I said, some people will never come across me, but they will come across you. They will come across you. They will come across you. So my question is, are you going to leave them out there hanging, or are you going to go find them? And when I took my mindset to, I have to go out there and find them, I found that posting became easier. I found that stories became more fun, because when I do them, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to someone. And the last thing I want to say is, if anything is ever placed in your mind, like, ooh, I need to make that post, don't question it, go make it. Or, ooh, I need to talk about collagen today, don't question it, go make it. Or, I need to talk to that person, don't question it, go talk to them. Because that idea, that person, that product, that story, whatever it is that like came to you, it's meant to be, and he will place those people to see those things. I've seen time and time again where someone will say, man, I had a really good idea, but I talked myself out of it. Don't let Satan control you like that.
So let me just kind of piggyback on that really, really quick. So for those of you who don't know, Britt signed me a long time ago. You guys, I had never, ever liked a post, commented on a post, or even really, really thought about the opportunity until she made one live video that completely changed my life. And I can't even tell you now what she said in the video, but I remember I was on my way to work in a drive-through, dreading the day, and there was that dang girl again, but it was one live video. If she would have talked herself out of it, I would not be here. A lot of you would not be here. But because she was obedient to that thought, she put herself out there, even though I know the Brittany back then was not comfortable doing videos. Y'all, I still want to have a panic attack every single time I do a video, every single time I even go live in my story. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. But somebody out there is waiting on me to open my mouth, just like they're waiting on you to open yours. So do not rob that from somebody else. She was on fire in that video, and I wish I could like find it on your time hop sometime.
No, I know exactly. Really quickly, I know what I was saying. It was, and I'm just going to be transparent with you guys. In the beginning of this business, I got like made fun of hardcore. Like people in the town were rude to me. Like it was crazy. Okay. And I remember my video. I was almost in tears. I was wearing a black hoodie that had purple writing on it. I mean, this was 6 years ago. Okay. I was sitting on the side of the dental office in Newcastle, and I was shaking, and I was making a video, and all I kept talking about is, do you think that I would make this post if this wouldn't have saved my son and I from ... And do you think that I would keep posting about it? I probably was sounding obnoxious, but the amount of people that I connected to that day, Trista being one of them, it not only changed my life, it changed her life. And because she said yes, over half the people on here are because she said yes. So to end like with this, what will your yes affect, Road? A ton of people if you let it.
For sure. All right, you guys, I will get this recording up in the team page. Reminder, we have an opportunity event on Wednesday, power hours all throughout the week. And we just love you guys. So have a good night. Bye, friends.